Hello, welcome you. Hello, I welcome you all to Chai Time Gupshup on a very hot topic right now, that is the West Bengal election results. My name is Himali Nalaude, and I am your host for today's episode. We have three guests with us to discuss the ongoing developments in West Bengal. Um, Our first guest is Satyajit Joshi. He is a very seasoned journalist. He has an experience of around 40 years with various newspapers. Um, our second guest is Dr. Barnali Ghosh, who is a gynecologist and um, has an experience of clinical practice of around 25 years. She's also the director of Lotus Hospital, Kolkata. And besides, she is also a theater artist herself. She is into arts and also an activist. So welcome, Dr. Ghosh. Our third guest is Anirban Biswas. Um, Professionally, he is an urban and regional planner and a researcher. His interests are areas of interest are public administration, social media dynamics, and he has been actively involved with BJP in West Bengal since a considerable period. So he will be the BJP's face for our discussion today, our quick chat today. So let's begin. Before beginning the entire chit chat with our guests about the West Bengal elections, I'll just quickly give you all a preview about the status of the results in the state. So presently, TMC is at the lead of 88 seats. However, as the topic of our discussion is, BJP is on a landslide victory uh, presently with a victory of at 199 seats. This is a lead from 77 seats last election in the state. So it's more than double. And to be honest, this is better than the best case that analysts had worked so far in case of BJP. And for establishing a government, a state government in the state of West Bengal, the majority required is of 147 seats. So BJP is way ahead of that, definitely. And these are the present stats for now. So let's move on with our uh, little and insightful discussion ahead. So my first question will be for Anirban sir. Since he's our face for BJP, I really want to know what it is like in West Bengal right now. What is the condition there, considering uh, uh, the developments and the results that are in favor of BJP? So please share what is the
The situation is very electric here. People are jubilant here and people are celebrating here. The long tyranny of Mamata Banerjee and the 34 years should not be forget the 34 years peaceful of left government also. Mamata Banerjee closely followed their rule and went on to appease the Muslims, minorities, and corruption as well. Okay, so but Modi ji's governance at center has shown a new perspective or new or horizon for our Bengalis as well. In 2021, we lost closely due to corruption of BJP and some malpractices by the government officials who have bribed counting agents or threatened counting agents and kicked them out of the counting halls. Otherwise, we have secured more seats in 2021. But this time, thanks to Election Commission, they have conducted a fair election and people voted for it. You know that the voter turnout in all over West Bengal is above 90%. So we must thank our voters who have voted for us and voted for democracy as well. They voted for peace, they voted for development, and they voted for Modi ji. I must say that. Hello.
So the picture is, yes, sir, you are audible. The picture
Yeah.
is pretty clear by now. However, the results are yet to finalize. But what is your final takeaway from TMC's loss this year and BJP's victory? What is the
TMC
takeaway? Yes.
TMC takeaway is that West Bengal voted for development, peace, and most importantly, security of women and other even Mamata Banerjee destroyed everything. Mamata Banerjee destroyed industry. Mamata Banerjee destroyed education. Mamata Banerjee destroyed prospects of young generations. We don't have any jobs over here. People are migrating to other states. So this will come to a stop. The TMC lost that election on that. Last election, Mamata Banerjee promised that double chakri hobe, that she will give double employment to youngsters. But she failed. She failed to even she failed to conduct a fair recruitment for teachers as well. Okay, and they have Mamata Banerjee appearance policy. You know that minority OBC B. They have illegally recruited Muslims for that also. These all also help. And one more thing, there are no peaceful harmony in West Bengal. I live in a bordering district, Murshidabad, and you know that in Jangib, in Dhulian, Haragobindo Das and Chandan Das was murdered by Islamist goons, and people have taken note of it. Even with the CPM, those who are Hindus, have voted for BJP this time.
Yes. That was quite of an insight. Now I want to move on to our next guest, Dr. Ghosh. Please shed some light on what was the ground reality about Bangladeshi insurgents and the condition of SIR, since these were particularly the two subjects that were on the agenda of every party and were completely dominating the campaigning and completely dominating the media reporting of whatever was going on in the state during the election and the campaigning. So please shed some light on what was the ground reality regarding
Yes,
Bangladeshi insurgents and SIR.
yes, absolutely. Just a reminder, West Bengal has 9 border districts. I mean, districts bordering Bangladesh. And all these districts have a very porous, that means incompletely fenced border with Bangladesh. And the TMC government in recent times had taken active interest in keeping these bordering districts porous. That means not properly guarding, even without following the directives of central government. The government of West Bengal has taken a completely callous attitude, probably intentionally, to keep the borders porous so that it allows people to freely get in from Bangladesh. So there had been free access across the border, and it also nurtures a very flourishing middleman business. And this middleman business involves the police and the politicians alike in the West Bengal bordering districts. They make a lot of money out of this, thereby compromising the state as well as the national security. Because the people who percolate or just drop in through these porous borders, they're free to travel to any part of India and take part in any sorts of cross-border terrorism activities. So this is indeed a very serious national security threat, which is arising out of a very long and porous border that West Bengal shares with Bangladesh. So national security was at stake, and all of us perceive it, but the state government was willfully not doing anything. Rather, it was fueling, it was promoting such kind of cross-border terrorism things. So when SIR was proposed, quite naturally, the ruling government was very much against it. because they earned money out of this, and they wanted the Muslims crossing across the borders to act as their vote bank. And another thing to highlight is it was indeed very easy to make papers or forge papers for them. It is also a sort of industry in the bordering districts of West Bengal, where you can get in any form of documents you require, which is under direct patronization, which was under direct patronization of the TMC government. So, if SIR could really take place, then these ingenuine or false voters would be naturally deleted from the voting list. So the TMC government is the first and direct loser. So they never wanted this to happen. And probably that is the reason SIR caused such a lot of hue and cry from the TMC government. And they were ready to go to any extent to obstruct the imposition of SIR and proper execution of it. And you could see even the chief minister landed at the Supreme Court for doing the arguments herself. This was indeed ridiculous. Any well-thinking person could actually understand what was happening. So the cross-border, this trickling of Muslim people acting as vote bank in West Bengal, participating in cross-border terrorism, and state government directly, countering the SIR implementation. All these are threaded in the same thing. So we know what is what now.
Yes, that was quite insightful about what's happening on ground. Now I want to move on to Satyajit Joshi uh, regarding regarding the results, which is still in progress. Do you think that as an influential factor, there has been a comparison with neighboring states, and where the people evaluated um, the results of performance politics? Do you think that was one of the influential factors here?
Of course, that was very inclusion factor because see, there are two reasons. First reason is that a lot of Bengali migration. There is no employment in Bengal right now. There are no industries. Agriculture is in very bad shape. So we can find that a lot of Bengali youths, women and men, they are migrating to other parts of the country. That is first thing. Now, whether where they are settled, take the case of Mumbai, Pune, or any other state in country, they found that these cities, these states are comparatively much developed than any other town or city in Calcutta. Naturally, they used to compare if neighboring state like Assam can have development, why not Bengal? So people of Bengal, they have realized that Bengal is lagging behind in development, and that is because of TMC government. Of course, that was the immediate concern for them. They used to blame TMC government for this. I have several friends in Bengal. I used to talk to them on several occasions, and that was the main reason. If neighboring Bihar can be developed, Tripura can be developed, Assam can be developed. People used to compare Bengal even with UP, state like UP. When it comes to law and order, people have praised Yogi Adityanath so far as law and order is concerned. But law and order is altogether different topic. When it comes to development, people of Bengal have realized that their roads are not proper, they are not getting drinking water, they are not getting benefits of any other government schemes and programs. So they have started working. If the rest of the country is getting development, why is it Bengal? And naturally, the reason they found that it is because of TMC government, Mamata Banerjee, that Bengal continues to be undeveloped state compared to other states. I think this was also a big reason for anti-incumbency factor in West Bengal.
So you think that performance politics has
Of course.
worked as a strategy for
Politics of
BJP?
performance, that is the big, you say, during the last one decade, we have found that politics of performance is the new term which is now established in Indian politics. Or if you don't perform, you just vanish away. If you are performing, then you will be getting votes. See, anti-incumbency factor is seen only in those states which are ruled by non-BJP states. There is hardly any one or two examples where in BJP rule states you have found anti-incumbency phenomenon. Whether because for people, BJP means progress. For people, BJP means development. So the anti-incumbency factor doesn't you are not finding it in BJP rule state, only in non-BJP rule state. Take any case. So naturally, people have come to know that if you are not performing, you are not qualified to run the government. That is basic reason, I think.
Yeah, so I think there is another aspect to elections, that is the social composition of any state. And it would be an understatement if we do not acknowledge the communal tone that has come to the fore in the state of West Bengal, and how TMC has been dominating the entire communal conflict in the state. So, in that case, I really want to know what has been the condition of Hindus, what has been the mindset of Hindus in the state of West Bengal, what have been their insecurities, and have these insecurities led to a particular pattern in voting that is being observed right now? My question is to Anirban sir.
The communal divide widened after Mamata Banerjee came into. Being an architect, I have already have worked in a project after Mamata Banerjee came into power. There is a CPM manifesto promise that they will build a Hodge Tower and Alia University. Okay, Mamata Banerjee took that up and built that one within a record time. That's true. Mamata Banerjee poured money into masjids, built new masjid, revived old masjid, and yeah, she gave Imam Bhata to people. And you will be surprised that madrasa and minority affairs have an allocated budget of 5,700 crores in this financial year, whereas higher education only got 82 crores. So you can understand what kind of appeasement Mamata Banerjee is giving to Muslims. So and other communal rights, but not only Hindutvaadis or BJPs across the party line, the Muslims backed by Mamata administration have persecuted Hindus all over the West Bengal, not only in Murshidabad or Malda, where minority Muslims are in majority, but across the state. You can Diamond Harbour. You can take the example of Diamond Harbour. Abhishek Banerjee owned over by 7 lakhs in 2024 elections. Now come to 2026 Vidhan Sabha elections. You may consider the Falta, which has already are scheduled for re-election in 21st May. The Jahangir Khan, the close aide of Abhishek Banerjee, has given a 1,75,000 lead from the Falta Assembly constituency in 2024 Lok Sabha election. And Jahangir Khan managed everything, every criminal. It's a criminal empire for Jahangir Khan, from which TMC benefited. That's the issue. And every corruption is very rampant, and Muslims, gundas and goons have actively participated in that corruption, and they amassed a lot of money with the help of Mamata Banerjee. So Hindus got persecuted everywhere and every now and then. So it is the last chance for Hindus, and for bordering districts, it's a battle of survival for Hindus. So Hindus voted. If you look at the voting percentages in the Hindu booths and Muslim booths, you can see a total consolidation in Muslim booths towards TMC, and even Congress has got rooted out. Okay, Adit Chaudhary was rooted out in my own constituency in Bahrampur assembly seats. Our sitting MLA Subroto Moitro has owned that seat again. And even in minority dominated Murshidabad district, still now, as per the news, we have 8 seats out of 22. those who are a Hindu majority, we are going to win that one. Okay, so it's a very alarming situation for Hindus all over the state, and people, Hindus are have heavily voted for BJP. And you can also see the percentages of Hindu voters in Hindu booths over 90%, and our 90% over the 90%, most probably 70 and 80% votes went for BJP. That's why BJP is winning a landslide victory in West Bengal, and will form government in coming week, I guess.
Okay, now for the same aspect, that insecurities of Hindus, I want to
Mhm.
concentrate on the insecurities of Hindu women, and I would like Dr. Ghosh to speak more about it, particularly about Hindu women.
Yes, as the plight of the Hindus are well articulated by my friend Anirban, I will move into the details of the plight of Hindu women, because as a gynecologist, I see maximum women from both communities, and I see the Hindu women, particularly in the areas where they stay side by side with the Muslim people. They are not attacked from one front. On one side, their girls are occasionally victims of love jihad. And this is a very orchestrated effort by the Muslim community, whereby the friends and neighbors of young Hindu girls lure these girls into relationships with Muslim boys. And we have heard that they even have incentives for such activities, and these are dictated and orchestrated by the local Khariji madrasas as well as the masjids. So this is a very significant issue which is affecting even the urban areas of West Bengal no less than in other underdeveloped states of India. So love jihad is one part where the Hindu women and girls are targeted. And in districts where the Muslims are a majority or near majority, there the Hindu women are not even allowed to practice their own Hindu traditional rituals. They're not allowed to blow conch, that is Shankhabadan. They're not allowed to use uludhwani as a ritual for their pujas. And this used to be the condition of Hindus in Bangladesh, where they are near extinction. But our bordering districts are very alarmingly facing the same thing. And since I, as a gynecologist, see patients from all the districts of West Bengal, the women visiting me from districts like Murshidabad and Malda, from these areas where there is a significant majority of Muslims, all of them complain these things, and they always live under a kind of pressure, fear, intimidation, and for any dispute between families where only the males are involved, the threat comes directly on the women, and they are asked to pay for the mistakes, so-called mistakes of their men in the family. This is a dangerous trend, and this was actually since last 10 years. Such trends were continuously on the rise. So this time probably the consolidation of Hindu votes, what we are seeing at present in the ballot box, these such kind of intimidation to the Hindu women formed a basis of such consolidation, in my opinion. And threat of rape as an easy way of settling disputes is again another very dangerous trend, which we have heard in a number of cases, and innumerable number of families actually succumbed to such threats for saving lives. Otherwise, they left their home and property to settle elsewhere. And another important aspect of this is human trafficking, whereby only Hindu girls and poor Hindu girls and women are identified, and they are lured by their neighbors or known ones, Muslims, and they are taken elsewhere for trafficking. I have heard about Hindu girls or women being called to the local club by the Muslim rules, where they are asked to pithi banano, that is a code name for sexual exploitation, and to top it off, we have seen the case of Abhaya, where also in her death and torture, a number of names came out which were Muslim names, and probably this is one reason why justice was not served in her case. So the situation of Hindu women in West Bengal are in a way, in a word, dangerous unless some sort of interception is done immediately. This would have gone, we do not know where, to what
Uh,
extent. So
I see some kind of interruption from your side. I move on to the next question. I want you to repeat the last part of your response. Until you work on the connection from your side, I'll move on to the next question and come back to you regarding the last part of your response. Um, I want to know from Satyajit Joshi. Um, this, whatever we heard right now from Anirban as well as Dr. Ghosh, this has not been the culture of this state over all these years. Uh, this has just suddenly come up. So there are two questions I have for you, sir. The state has a legacy of nation building, and from that it has uh, it has walked the path of backwardness, complete backwardness, and during the recent governments of that were led by communism and further by TMC. So I want some insights from you regarding the entire trajectory that absolutely failed the state, as we could hear from the earlier responses.
See, there is one important thing which has come up in the Bengal election. As of all of us know that Bengal has played very crucial and decisive role in Indian freedom movement, not only in Indian freedom movement, because earlier Bengal was a very prominent state which has played some role in the social reformation movement. Bengal has given a number of revolutionaries also, but it is the same Bengal which has given us national songs like Jana Gana Mana and Vande Mataram. Bengal has been always intellectual inspiration for the entire country. So this is the Bengal which used to motivate us once upon a time. But this was not happening for the past few decades. To my understanding and assessment, the civilizational ethos of India that was crushed since independence. Earlier, it was a Congress government. Then we had a communist government for more than 3 decades, and now we have we had the Mamata Banerjee government for almost 3 terms out. So since independence, the real civilizational ethos of India that was crushed terribly in West Bengal. And to my understanding, Bengal for the first time since independence has responded positively to Indian civilizational ethos, which is called as Hindu. And what is the immediate reason for the people giving response in such manner? That is told by Arvindam and Dr. Ghosh also. This is not the case of sporadic incidents which were taking place in the past 5-10 years. This has been happening since independence. Since not only since independence, it was happening from the first partition of Bengal that took place in 1905. Hindus in Bengal have always been oppressed. They were victims of Muslim dominance. That is the historic reality, that is the historic fact. And this suppression of Hindus for generations, now Hindus have vented it out that anger which they were suffering for a generation. So I would call it that the people of Bengal, they have now woken up to the Indian civilization ethos. And because of that, we have found that BJP has got such a tremendous response when it comes to electoral arithmetic. जब महाराष्ट्र में इलेक्शन हुआ था and BJP and party got more than 200 votes. One of my friends, he described this phenomenon in Maharashtra as Maharashtra की राजनीति ने करवट बदल दी है. I feel that same is the description applicable to the politics of Bengal also. That बंगाल की राजनीति ने अभी करवट बदल दी है. करवट बदल लिए सिर्फ बंगाल की राजनीति ने. बंगाल has such a tremendous potential which can guide to the entire nation. तो बंगाल में जो अभी राजकीय पॉलिटिकल चेंज हो रहा है, पॉलिटिकल रिफॉर्मेशन हो रहा है, आई थिंक इट हैज पोटेंशियल टू चेंज द पॉलिटिकल डिस्कोर्स ऑफ द एंटायर कंट्री, because people have experienced all the three options. They have experienced Congress rule in Bengal, they have experienced communist rule in India, they have experienced the rule of regional party, that is TMC in India. Now there is only one option, which is BJP. And so far as BJP is concerned, voters of Bengal have decided BJP is the party which delivers, which ensures you the development, and which respects and protects the civilization ethos of this country. I think this is sufficient at this point.
That was quite insightful. I want to go back to Dr. Ghosh. I want her to complete what she was putting forth about the condition of Hindu women in the state. Can you go on, Dr. Ghosh?
Yes. Am I there? Am I audible? Yes. So in West Bengal, which is not typical of Hindu culture elsewhere in India also, the West Bengal Bengali women are used for sexual exploitation, rape and otherwise, to settle issues which do not involve them. This is a typical thing of the Muslim culture. And we have never had such culture in our ancient history ever. This is not part of our tradition. But unfortunately, the Bengali women over the last 2 decades or so had been facing this unfortunate trend where they were being called to pay for the mistakes of their husbands or sons. So this is
Dr.
a
Ghosh,
very
we might
pathetic
have to cut you again because you are not audible to us clearly. Can you reconnect? I'll move on with the discussion. Can you please reconnect back because you are not audible clearly? I think your network is poor from your end. I'll move on to the next question. Considering the present situation of the state, definitely a transformating movement for the state. The West Bengal is going to undergo a lot of change. That is what BJP has promised for this election. But how is this going to happen with all the mess that TMC has created and is going to hand it over to BJP to deal with? So, Anirban ji, please tell us, how will BJP make a difference from here ahead?
The first instance, I must say that Mamata Banerjee went to Supreme Court to stop the ongoing metro rail line construction in Chingrihata. You understand that Harakiri movement for Mamata also. That is a Harakiri movement for Mamata also. Okay, the point is that for infrastructural development, we need land. And Mamata Banerjee has amended Land Acquisition Act in 2011 or 12 and stopped acquisition of land for development purpose or infrastructure purpose. And after BJP has already promised that even earlier we have mentioned that 539 kilometer of our border is unfenced. The Supreme Court is repeatedly telling, High Court is repeatedly telling Mamata Banerjee to give that land to center so can build the fence. But there is no response from Mamata Banerjee and she's avoiding that one. The problem is that with the Mamata Banerjee don't want development, only a cosmetic development on West Bengal. He painted all the government buildings in blue and white, but there is no development. They have created markets. They have buildings of markets, but no Trishaks went there. Trishak markets, no Trishak went there. They did not have any supply chain. Recently, you know that the potato farmers of our South Bengal has suffered due to a low price of the potato in West Bengal. But there are no cold storage facilities. no food supply chain business, no heavy industry. Mamata Banerjee has evacuated as Tata Motors from Singhu and continued to do that. In the recent, in 15 years, more over 600, 800 companies left West Bengal. When in 1947, West Bengal was the leading industrial state. Now we are at the bottom, So BJP will change that, and we have full confidence in Amit Modi ji, Narendra Modi ji, and present state leadership that they will invite industrialists and establish industries in our state, and people will get job. Uh, Infrastructure will develop, hopefully this way. There are very nitty-gritties that have to be taken care of. I wish we have BJP have the capability and the muscle also to implement change in West Bengal and give us economic restart in this 2026 election. We won't. That is my point, that we will definitely come out as a development set. As people say, what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. Now it reversed. But in recent in some forthcoming years, we will again achieve that status. Hopefully, that's all from my side.
Right. So that is a lot of responsibility for BJP. The
Yeah.
results clearly suggest that people have put all their trust on BJP to save themselves from the chaos, from the tragedy that TMC had put the state through. The final question will be for all the three guests. I want all the three guests to share their opinions on this particular question. So the state has for a very long time faced female leadership, a very dominating female leadership with the face of Mamta Banerjee. So, and at the same time, what we see as the condition of women in the state, as the condition of Hindu women in particular in the state, is an absolute misery. Um, how is this correlated to Muslim insurgency in the state? And how can this be correlated to the role of political leadership? That is again a female leadership in the state. I want opinions from all our three guests, beginning from Dr. Ghosh, if she is available.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are audible, ma'am.
We had remained under the powerful leadership of a lady CM since last 15 years. But unfortunately, when talked about the safety of women in workplace, she advised the women to not to stay out of their residence after 8 p.m. So you can understand the kind of yes, the kind of workplace safety she was talking about. And you can also imagine what kind of performance she was applying to her own government. So, as she is voted out of power and very convincingly by a strong BJP mandate this time, we expect this government to be taking a responsibility of performing towards women's safety so that another Arjikar incident never happens in the state. And as you asked about the role of Muslim people towards these kinds of offenses against women, I will tell you one thing, that the Muslim people are very much crime prone against women because theirs is a very regressive society, and they are not used to seeing women at positions of power or responsibility in their own society. So whenever largely, so whenever they see Hindu women are performing well and they are assuming the positions of leadership or positions of responsibility, they somehow don't take it well, and the inherent proneness to crime in this segment of our population makes the women more vulnerable from attacks from this particular segment. So the upcoming government has to really work hard within the limits of their good governance to take care of these parts also, so that the women working, women getting education in different colleges of West Bengal should be allowed to work freely, safely, and they should be allowed to bloom to the best of their capacity. And this is another very significant responsibility of BJP government. And the families, Hindu families also, they should nurture the values of nationalism and our very own traditional wisdom in their families, because women follow the backbone of the families. They should train their children well. They should teach them well about our own values in our society, so that the children can be brought up in a proper environment. They are taught to be careful and cautious, to feel confident, to share their any problems, the threats, and take necessary care so that they can bloom together as a collective society. This is my small bits on this issue.
Yes, so
Shall I?
Anirbanji, what is your take
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
same?
Actually, Mamata Banerjee has systematically undermined or destroyed every government institution. BJP's main focus should be on the restoring faith of people in governance. That is my take. Everything, every institution, every government department, every you can say every post, be it police or doctors, whatever it is, people have lost faith in governance. The most difficult job is of BJP is to instill faith in governance. That's my take. Even in schools, the government schools are closing down. Government hospitals are crumbling down. There are buildings, but there are no doctors. Okay, infrastructure. There are. Even I already have said that Turkey, they are not giving land for developments or infrastructure projects. Mamata Banerjee went to Supreme Court for stopping the work of construction of metro in Chingrihata. This is a very major, which is connecting all the neighborhood areas to our sector 5, which is the IT hotspot. So my take is that, and the most important thing, the rule of law must be present. Establishing rule of law is the challenge itself for the upcoming BJP government. Okay, so rule of law is everything we need. Everything we need is rule of law. They have a system. They have They have taken bribes and given jobs to those who have not even sat in the examination. So rule of law must be there. Every institution that Mamata Banerjee has destroyed, we have to rebuild that one. BJP has to rebuild that one, and BJP has to ensure that people must have faith in governance. That's all.
Yes, moving on to our last guest, Satyajit Joshi. What is your take on the subject that I just discussed?
To my understanding, protection of life and property of its citizens is the fundamental duty of any state. So, BJP government's fundamental duty now is to protect the life and property of all its citizens firstly. Now, the question which comes to my mind is why the life and property of the Bengalis are under threat now. And the first reason for that is, is insurgency by Bengali people, Bangladeshi people, I mean to say. See, in Bangladesh, in West Bengal, because of immigration or illegal whatever it is, demography of West Bengal has undergone a massive change. And this demography doesn't cover one particular aspect like employment, like any other hutments, encroachment. It covers all aspects of human life. That may be culture, that may be employment, that may be civic facilities to people, that may be drinking water, that may snatching away from your employment or something like that. It covers all the aspects of human life, and demographic change is a very crucial problem in West Bengal. So, to my understanding, the first biggest challenge before government in West Bengal, which will be formed by BJP now, it is certain that they need to seal all the border immediately to avoid any further illegal immigration from Bangladesh. That is first. Second part is they need to identify the people who have crossed the border and ensure that legal action is taken against them or they are deported back to their country. That is second. If all these other things like development, civic facilities, over bridge and canal and everything, that may take place. That goes on time. But the government's basic job is the first why people of Bengal they have elected BJP government. To my understanding, it is because of immigration of Bangladeshi people, because of the infiltration of Bangladeshi people, and BJP has to address this issue immediately on war footing. Take the case of BSF land. Now, Supreme Court has ordered Trinamool Congress government to hand over immediately land the border security force. Now, BSP is born to protect the border, but TMC government is not acting on it even after Supreme Court decision. Now, BJP government in Kolkata, they are expected to act on this. And this is easy for them because in Delhi, they have the government of their own party. So central government and West Bengal government both are expected to work together on this issue. See, I'm not a Bengali. I sit in Pune. But my concern, what my friends in Bengal were telling me, that they are concerned whether the Bengal will be part of India in the next 2031 election. That is the situation we are told here in Maharashtra. Now, if the situation is so serious, the fundamental duty of BJP government, the first duty of the BJP government to handle this situation immediately from tomorrow. They shouldn't waste a single moment, act on this and ensure that geographical and cultural integrity of this country is not damaged and is not compromised.
So it seems like there's a lot of expectation from BJP, not just from the people of West Bengal, but from the entire nation, because Bengal stands at the heart of this nation, and hence a very big responsibility stands with BJP ahead in the state. I hope things work out well for the state. That was a wrap for that will be a wrap for today's little session of ours. I hope you all liked the discussion. Do like our video if you liked it. Do share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed our channel, please subscribe our YouTube channel. If you have any suggestions and any comments, please put it up in the comment section. That would be it for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I mean, shall I log out? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.